Berlin may soon find itself closer to the front lines than it ever intended. Russian President Vladimir Putin issued a searing rebuke to German Chancellor Friedrich Merz and Berlin's flirtation with the idea of sending Taurus long-range cruise missiles to Ukraine. The Taurus missile, capable of striking targets over 300 miles away, has become a flashpoint in the Ukraine conflict. Kiev has repeatedly urged Berlin to deliver the weapon, but fears of escalation and technical entanglements have made Germany cautious.
Well, hello. Will there be Tauruses or not? It is absolutely pointless. Well, think about it. We need to supply this Taurus in order to finally bury Russian-German relations.
German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius recently stated that the government is not contemplating delivery of the missile system for now. But Putin's stark warning made it clear. Any shift in that stance would be treated as a hostile act by Moscow. Putin stressed that the missile cannot be operated without German involvement, specifically satellite intelligence and Bundeswehr officers framing their deployment as a direct escalation by Germany itself.
It is impossible to use Tauruses without space reconnaissance. Only Western countries can do this. It is impossible to use Tauruses without German officers. Only German officers can control Tauruses. What does this mean? Does this mean that Bundeswehr servicemen will strike Russian territory with German weapons? What does it mean if the Federal Republic is not drawn into a direct armed conflict with the Russian Federation? This cannot be called otherwise. This is not our choice. We do not want this to happen. But if the leadership of the Federal Republic makes such a choice, all right, we will make use of it.
On the diplomatic front, the Russian president also dismissed Germany's possible role as a mediator in the conflict alongside the United States. He pointed to Berlin's military involvement as disqualifying.
I doubt it. A mediator should be neutral. And when we see German tanks, Leopards on the battlefield, and now we are talking and looking at the fact that the Federal Republic is considering supplying Tauruses for an attack on Russian territory, using not only equipment, but also using Bundeswehr officers, this raises great questions.
Putin's remarks have reignited fears that Europe's economic powerhouse may be veering dangerously close to the war zone. One policy shift, one shipment, and Berlin could find itself dragged into direct confrontation with Moscow.